In this lesson, we're going to begin building the interior of our ship. Alright, so we've created all of the exterior pieces, aside from the gun and the landing gear and that sort of thing. And now what we want to do is we want to start in by creating the canopy, okay, or the interior to get ready for the canopy itself. So let's select the body, and I'm going to go ahead and actually rename this to let's say ship underscore body, just so that way we have everything clear. It might be a good idea to go ahead and just rename everything else while you're at it, just to keep things organized. Just makes things a little bit easier. Okay, but we can do that in between lessons. Alright, so what I need to do is start getting some geometry for the interior and create something. So the easiest way to do that with an object like this, we have a line that is creating this entire object, and we have a surface modifier that's giving us our geometry. So we can continue working the way we've been working up to this point. So I'm going to go to segment mode, and I'm going to select the segments that make up the shape of the outside of the interior, and I'm going to hold down shift and drag that down in the Z direction just to give myself some geometry to work with. So let's go to vertex mode, and I'm going to start to push and pull some of these vertices around and start to create kind of the shape here. Let's go to vertex mode, I'm sorry about that, and let's pull that in, and let's actually do that to all of these. Let's just pull those all in at the same time. So in the Y direction, we're going to pull that in. Okay. And then I'm going to grab these right here, and I'm just going to push those in the X a little bit. And then we'll do the same thing for these right here. So select this, that, and let's go ahead and grab this one too, and just push that in the X a little bit. Alright, good. So now that we have that, let's use our refine. So connect linear, and let's start connecting these vertices. So let's activate that, go from here to here, right click, and we're going to right click, refine connect. Okay. And we're just going to continue down until we have created the rim that we need for our canopy. And then after you have created this, you can reshape it if you need to. If there are some issues with some of the topology, like right in here across the top, this somehow got a little messed up here. So I'm going to just grab those vertices and drag those over in the Y, just to make that a little bit better. Let's grab just this one. So just kind of taking care of that topology as I go along. And I don't like these vertices right here. I want to push those out in the X a little bit more. So just kind of creating a place for the canopy to kind of rest on. Alright, so let's create the actual interior. Let's get some walls on the inside. So we can do just like we did before with these edges selected, these new ones that we just created. Let's hold down shift, drag that down. That's going to create a new set of edges that we can start out with, and we're just going to use refine connect. So let's go to vertex mode. You can hit 1 on the keyboard to go to there. Refine connect, and we'll go from here to here, right click, and continuing to use that refine connect. Now the reason that we have to do this way is because the object that we have is made up of a line, and if we wanted to convert it to an editable poly, we could do so, but I feel like this hull, the fuselage of this object, is fairly easy to deal with whenever working with this type of method of modeling. Alright, great. So now that we have those walls, let's build the bottom of our interior. And this one might be a little bit trickier. We're going to have to do a little bit of work on how to get this exactly. So one way that I could do this is I could use Refine Connect, and I could draw from this vertex down to this one and create that line there. And then I could come in and I could draw in new geometry, so I can go from this vertex here out to that object, or to that line that we've just created, and then we'll just reshape from here to here, and then I'm going to go from here to here, and that will create the geometry that we need. So let's go ahead and move this and try to flatten this out the best that we can, just for right now. And we'll drag that down. Okay, and if you need to, you can go to your front view, hit Z on the keyboard to frame that, and you can come in and move these around and make that a little bit easier. So we're trying to figure out which one is which. So I need to select this one, go to my front view, and I'm going to try to match that up as best as I can. And let's make sure we have the right one. I do. And let's push that to where that's nice and flat there. Okay, so that looks good, but now what I want to do is I want to reshape this to fit a little bit better to the interior. It doesn't give me much room to actually put a seat in or anything like that, so I'm just going to drop these down. Let's hit F3 to go back to our shaded view, and that's going to give us plenty of room to put a seat in, and then a console, and then any sort of joysticks or anything like that. Okay, so now that we have that interior built, what we're going to do in our next lesson is we're going to learn how to build the seat that's going to fit right in here. Alright, so I'll see you then.